Prezzo in the place to be, and I got what it takes to rock a podcast. Jones in the place to be, and he got what it takes to rock a podcast. Cash Kid in the place to be, and he got what it takes to rock a podcast. Steve-O in the place to be, and he got what it takes to rock the podcast. It's a JNP kind of situation. Ladies and gentlemen, your dreams are filled. You're rocking with the best. Welcome to the Jones and Prezzo Podcast. Over to you, Jones.
Yes, it's good to be here, Prezzo.
Thank you.
And I am the Jones in the Jones and Prezzo's podcast.
You feel me?
And this is a dream come true. I've been looking forward to this time, and I am delighted
Absolutely.
that we get to do this together.
Absolutely.
And I pass it on to the one and only beautiful Jane Pondo.
What's up, guys? So it's Jane Opondo here, journalist, a fashion designer, a singer, and now your host with the most.
Awesome.
And of course, this is your boy Steve-O, Steven Ogechi here. And yeah, it's a pleasure to have me around. So this and many more, stay tuned.
Awesome.
Yeah, so how's the week been going so far? Let me take off my shades. Can I take off my shades?
Yes, please,
sure.
please.
Sure. Host with the most, can I take off my shades?
Yeah, of course, we're not your haters, so.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
How's the week going so far?
The week has gone extraordinary.
Mm-hmm.
This has been an amazing week for me personally.
Yeah.
And with the team trying to set this whole place up.
Mm-hmm.
And this has just been the most joyful week for me.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't know about the team because I've walked them like dogs, but they're a good group. They're just an incredible group of people.
Yeah.
And I'm delighted to have them. So Aunt Jane is one of them.
Yeah.
And she's always smiling. She never growls at me or snaps at me.
Yeah.
So there you go. Thanks, Jane.
Thank you. I mean, I am a happy chappy, not a negative Nancy. And I like to give my best to people because I would like to receive the best from people. So yeah, always
What was that?
put
You
my
said
best foot
you're
forward.
happy, chapsy?
Happy chappy.
Chappy?
Taking notes.
Yeah. You know, I'm a wordsmith. And here I was thinking I'm the wordsmith, but we have the host with the most.
We do.
Come again,
We do.
happy,
She's
chappy.
good.
And a negative Nancy.
You know that rhymes too.
Positive Patty too.
Okay.
I mean, whatever floats your boat.
It's all right. It's all right. So to the main host, man, let me take this opportunity, Kwanzaa, or first to wish you a belated happy birthday. Or, no, did I get it right?
No, it wasn't my birthday, bro.
Yeah.
No, come on, man. But I thought you always the Jay-Z in the place.
No. Jay-Z is the prezzo of the place, bro.
Man.
We'll talk about that on January 9th. No, yeah, actually it was his birthday, so I posted him on my Instagram. And, people, like how people have negative energy, especially like when they don't understand.
Right.
They hate what they don't understand. So for me, I've been privileged enough. Like growing up, I used to listen to Jay-Z a lot. So back in the days, like, in my room, I had like all these Jay-Z posters and I had Criss Cross and I had, Snoop Dogg's and what have you. But if anybody ever told me that you would actually get to meet this guy one day, I'd be like, man, it's a bluff.
Come on.
But then it comes to show that, like, sky is not the limit, it's the beginning point.
Right.
And for me, you have to put yourself in my shoes because, I mean, even if, say, you told me, okay, you're going to meet this guy one day.
Right.
Okay, let's do the math. Okay, I'm in Africa. I'm in a different continent. And at that time, I was still like, under my mom's rule, so I wasn't even allowed to step outside the gate. So how the hell am I going to meet Jay-Z when I can't even play with the rest of my friends? But then you see, with the other artists, like I've met Snoop Dogg before. I've met a couple of other artists like Ja Rule, but some things don't move me. But you see, with Jay-Z though, that was a whole different milestone.
That's right.
That's pretty cool. So like, how did you go from catapulting, staying in the house, stuck, to meeting Jay-Z? You just kind of, gave us a fast forward
How
over
did
there.
you do that?
Actually,
Yeah.
that's a very good question because I just let God engineer it. I never saw it coming. So there's no algebra to it. Like there's no formula. I'm not gonna say, you know, X equals. I just, you know, like for me, even it was still surreal. But then, realistically speaking, like I became the One Campaign ambassador. One Campaign is a movement to help eradicate malnutrition and poverty in Africa. So the founder of One Africa, One Africa is Bono of U2. So I got to meet Jay-Z like on a ambassadorial level.
Right.
It wasn't like, oh my God, Jay-Z, oh my God. No. It was like, you know, mano a mano, like
Absolutely.
ambassador to ambassador. So it's just crazy because I mean Bono as well. Mary J. Blige, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, you should see my CV, guys. Check out my CV. They don't call me president for nothing.
That's right. Right.
So
But I think it highlights an important aspect of life.
Yeah.
Because there are young people today who may have been in your shoe and thinking, look at all these great big artists. Some of them probably wish they could meet you someday and think it's impossible. But what you're saying here is that nothing is really impossible.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, as long as you keep your heart right and your right perspective and have good intention. You know, sometimes dreams do come true.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a living testimony to that.
Precisely.
I'm just about to start. Jones, you're gonna make me start speaking in tongues now.
Please.
Should we get some tissues?
I think Jane can interpret for us. Jane can interpret this.
Actually, I've shared this story before with Prez, and all I remember, or all he keeps on saying as a closing remark is, as a matter of fact, I spent close to 2 months without even going to the shower and stuff, because the hand is shook.
Yeah, no, I used to shower with one hand.
You see,
on
one hand
outside the shower.
So,
and then when I go back here, guys are like, yo, Prez. I'm like, take the left hand.
I'll shake you with the left.
This one, this one. You know, so hypothetically, but
this one has been shaking some important
man.
people.
And you know, if they wanted to shake this hand, then there was a price for it.
That's right.
Yeah, you know, and the price we're not talking about like minimum like 10,000 USD. So for 2 months, man, you know, and this was before Corona, so but it was
now
a
nobody
blessing.
wants to shake the hands anyway.
Man, they do.
No, because of the effects of Corona.
Of course.
Right, the effects of everybody is scared.
You know, every time I hear that Corona word, like, it really annoys me because, you know, like, have you ever felt like, you know, years of your life have been wasted?
yeah.
That's how I feel. I feel like, you know, we're ripped off like a couple of years. And you know, the saddest part is I don't want to get too deep into it, but we all know that, you know, it's the new world order, and for Corona to just come out of nowhere, there must be people who are sitting with some white dust coats and just working this and everything. Whatever they were trying to achieve, only God knows, but man, you see, you guys don't mention Corona again, because now I'll keep going on and on and on. I'll be like, I didn't make money.
Right. And that's the beauty of this kind of forum, right? Because for so long, we have to maintain that social distance. We couldn't come close or come together in an environment like this and talk about arts or culture or artists or whatever, or creativity. Now we can. Thank God for that.
COVID was definitely a blow to everybody in the global community.
Absolutely.
But I feel like with every bad thing in life, there are always good things. You know, they say off to the rain, there's sunlight.
Right.
So COVID kind of got us to appreciate our friends and family a lot more, appreciate the little time we have together, going to birthday parties, attending concerts and things like that. I mean, we got innovative. Look at all the, you know, transformation from universities and schools going into like, how do I put this? Like, learning online, online services, delivery services. This is like not a very African thing to just order food and go shopping online. So it's kind of taught us to think differently and look for other channels and avenues of just being happy, finding happiness, making money. So unfortunately, people did die. You know, a lot of lives were lost. but there are some benefits of this entire,
and of course, if
thing. I'd
you
like
look,
to think.
you know,
Or maybe I'm just like too positive.
No, it is positive actually, and actually, just to add on top of what she's saying is the fact that, like now, the arrangement we have here.
Right.
I mean, who could have ever thought that maybe COVID would lead us to JOfuasia Media House, for example?
Absolutely.
You know, the radio stations were not even hosting people no more. You know, guys could not walk into the studios and do live interviews.
Right.
So ideas of podcasts now also hit the African market.
Yeah.
The entertainment, entertainers, you know, they embraced the podcast arrangement. And here we are. So
Yes.
I'm thinking it was a positive side. And,
Absolutely.
despite people dying,
Right.
maybe it was one way of God subduing that.
Steve, man, you said that very casually. You're like, despite people dying, oh well. I mean, so what? Hey,
Well, people die.
R.I.P. You know,
It
poor
was
little
God,
liquor.
bro. I close by saying it was God who was subduing that. So apart from multiplying, maybe we needed some.
Right.
But hey,
Yeah,
on
but
a light note,
You know, also one thing that I'm very grateful to the Most High for is getting a chance to meet you, Joe.
Yeah.
Because you see, we met just like say less than a week ago, and you know we had all these ideas in our heads, and because you could tell how passionate I was about what I was talking about, and I could feel the same chemistry off of you.
I felt it. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've come across so many people who just give you false promises.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, you know, I'd respect you even more if you're genuine with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I had to learn, like as I was growing up, I had to learn the master of saying no.
Right.
Because you see, I'm just a humble guy.
Right.
You know, so when you tell me, yo, Prezzo, we got a barbecue this Saturday, I'd feel obligated. I'd be like, oh, okay. And then come Saturday, I'm like, man, you know, but because I gave my word, then I just have to go. So I'm sat in an environment whereby I'm like, how did I get myself into this?
Right.
And then I realized that if you ask me, Joe, if you ask me, or you ask me to come for a barbecue, for example, and I say, you know, I'm sorry, I wouldn't be able to make it.
Right.
You wouldn't hold that against me because at least I didn't give you a false promise.
Absolutely.
So without losing like my train of thoughts, like we talked about this,
Right.
and look at us now, man. You know, we got the corner offices.
Yeah.
We're balling, we're pimping,
We're chatting.
we're popping collars. You know, Hawaiian
absolutely.
shirts.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
We're having
we're
fun.
hydrating, man.
Yeah.
Please have some water.
Yeah.
Very much.
And that's the beauty of what you said earlier on, being open.
yeah.
You know, because the world is open.
Yes.
There have been people I've met, and I asked them. I've met some cameramen walking down the streets when I first came. I said, hey, you guys are cameramen. And they took one look at me. They didn't give me the time of the day. And they kept walking. And one of them stopped and says, yeah, we're cameramen. I said, oh, no, don't worry about it. You guys are too busy. Right?
Yeah,
But that's an opportunity cost for them.
it's true.
Because at that time, I didn't even have any cameramen.
It's true.
So maybe we could have walked together,
It's
but
true.
they could not pause for a moment to seize the day.
It's
The
true.
night we met, I
Yeah.
didn't know who Prezzo was.
Absolutely.
And you'd never seen me before.
Yeah.
But I think we must have chatted for an hour or something.
Trust
like
me, man.
you
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
And out of that conversation, all of this has happened.
All of this is
And
happening.
now we're friends, and even more than that,
We're brothers.
we're
man.
brothers.
Yeah.
You know, and that is
Most
really
def-
good. This is how life works.
Most
But we gotta
definitely.
be open.
Most definitely. So, you know, to bring you guys up to speed, right?
Yeah.
What us guys were talking about, first
Yeah.
and foremost,
Yeah.
I was fascinated by my brother Joe's Jones. What's that thing we call it?
It's
I have two of those.
it's a wearable
Camera?
camera.
Yeah, wearable camera. Now you see where I come from. You know, we're not used to this kind of things. We're used to the cameras, like you see a whole big camera.
Old school camera.
Now here I am. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, Dr. Jones,
What's this going
are you still using Bluetooth in this day and age? But really, little did I come to know that it was a camera. So we just exchanged so many things, and the main where we clicked was, you know, like I've been in the industry for the longest time. Everybody knows that, and my conversation with my brother Jones, we were not only on the same page but same paragraph, and you know, like I could tell, like the eyes never lie.
Yeah.
And he was very passionate about everything.
Yeah.
And he was speaking from his heart, and so was I. And guess where Steve was? He was by the
Just
table.
doing my...
No. He was by the buffet table.
Come on.
With the plate.
Like, serious.
Somebody was hungry.
Shade.
Somebody was hungry.
Come on.
Yeah, man, and he just come after every 2 minutes with the chicken.
What's going on?
Like, you guys are good with it. We're good. He's like, all right. You remember my line?
Well, somebody's got to eat.
No, but again, what you forget to mention was the fact that being head of protocol in security,
Yes, sir.
I had to scout around pretending that I'm on the buffet.
But my question was, my
Make sure the
question,
food is not poison.
make sure the food is
my question
okay.
is why around the food though?
Because, bro, like I had gotten word that you were supposed to also eat from the same food, or eat from the same dish
True,
or pot.
true.
So actually, when you call, like, yo, bro, could you come? I even thought Jones was harassing you. I came running. I'm like, the president has never shouted this much. I'm literally across the room.
That's right.
So I'm speaking to one of our security guys, and I'm like, you sure that guy's okay? Nobody's like wailing, what's wrong? Let me run. Because I'm sure if he sees me, he's going to be in his comfort zone. So I jog across the room. Then he's like, yo, let's take a selfie. I'm like, what the hell, man? You calling me for a selfie?
No, I told you, I'm like, yo, look at this thing. Steve, look at this. And then you had it on the phone. So,
and it was a good experience, really, because
It really was.
at the end of the day, we had some good time. And the fact that we came there, shout out, and a big shout out to African Diaspora News Channel, because were it not for them, then probably we should not have actually linked.
yeah, very true.
That's true.
Funny thing is, we don't believe in coincidences.
Never.
It's all God did. So
Has been
Always.
God
written.
did.
Always.
Absolutely.